So I made this while I was trying to figure out some other stuff for the build I was planning on, because in this area I'm going to build a big storage room, and I wanted to be clear on how far the quick stack to nearby chest button can actually reach from your player to any chest or whatever. I only tested this with regular chests. I assume it's the same with like barrels and anything else that's a 2x2 storage item, but like the piggy bank is smaller, the defender's forge is bigger. I don't know, they may act differently, but for chests at the very least, this circle of torches is just about how far you can reach with the quick stack to nearby chest thing. So the way I measured this was I would put a chest in each of these different spots. You can see, like, I have some chests here because I'm going to demonstrate them actually functioning. I put items in the chest, I came back here, and then I hit the quick stack button. And the way I perfectly aligned myself is the idea, and I made this for my build, so the layout may not be exactly how you would want it, is that it's all surrounding it has an odd number of blocks across. So I'm standing on a single block, not in the center of two blocks. And the way I pretty much guaranteed that I was always in the exact middle of everything, so that I could always 100% tell that the quick stack to chest was working or wasn't working, is with this rope, where when you're on a rope, you can tap left and right to switch between facing right, kind of stuck in the center, and facing left. And you can actually be in that stuck in the center, facing left or right, and that doesn't affect anything. As long as you're in this like stuck in the center where your arm is covering your face, I believe that puts your character's actual position when it comes to where it's checking for the quick stack just about right in the center of the central block that would be right there that you're standing on. And additionally, because this rope is right above my head and there's a block above it, I am still standing on this block even though I'm technically on the rope. Well, maybe I'm not still standing on it, but I'm in the same central position. Point being, I quick stack from here. If it went in the chest, good. I would then move the chest slightly further away until it stopped going in the chest, and then these torches are markings of the furthest away each chest could be. And again, because I'm doing it for the purpose of my build, I want the place I'm standing on and quick stacking to be at the exact same height level of, you can see right below me, all the way as the furthest out chests. So these living mahogany, or these rich mahogany blocks are the same height level, and thus that's where I started my chest, and then I wanted to fit a chest pretty much as soon as I could. So in theory, I could like line this entire horizontal line with chests and do that for each of these all the way across. And then just as vertically, as soon as I could possibly put another chest, I can. And so each of these chests are spaced with 1, 2, 3 blocks, and then the 2 chest blocks, and then and then the 2 chest blocks, which count as the 1, 2, or whatever. So there's 2 empty spaces of air in between each level of platforms. And so there, in theory, you could do this exact same setup of trying to figure out what the circle would look like, but instead of having the first chest start at this height, you would have it start at this height, and have your chest be here, and then that would result in you then moving on to this being your next height, and everything would be offset by 1. And I believe the positionings of where chests would be able to reach from the center, from this rope over here, would be similar, would be very, very close, but there might be a couple places where the chests have to be like, can reach left 1 block more than the alternate spacing would have it be able to reach. I don't know. And in addition, there's a third spacing where you have your first chest at that height, where the first chest is here, and then you go on like that. So I'm just showing off the spacing that I wanted for my own build. It's kind of up to you to figure out how you want. For the purpose of demonstrating all this stuff, I have made this line right here out of red and blue dynasty shingles and marble and eutropic platforms because I'm playing on Calamity. And that's just to give you a general idea of how far this reaches. To be clear, it's you have your central block that you're standing on where the rope is, and then so past that block, so starting on the next one, it would be 35 blocks until you get right up next to where the chest would be, to be the furthest away chest that the quick sack can still reach. That is the length that you're looking at. You can feel free to count based on these if you want, but it actually works out well because each of these eutropic and marble platforms are 5 apiece, and so you can see there's 7 of them up until here. 7 times 5, 35. So the first block of your chest would be 36 here, or if you wanted to include that central block with the rope, then it'd be 36 up to the chest and then 37 with the chest. I have put here in my inventory, I have yellow torches, red torches, blue, and green. I have put one of each of those colors in this chest over here, another one in this chest, another one in this chest right here, and another one in this chest right here. And that's just so I can demonstrate to you that they all do function from the central area. You can hit quick sack, and all 4 of them will go out into their chests and join their stack. I also wanted to point out, while because of the spacing issue, where you could technically have everything like 1 block higher up, and then things would be ever so slightly shifted, or 2 blocks higher up and everything would be slightly shifted. These yellow torches that I'm standing on here, and then also over here, are the highest level that you can get chests to function, even at the very, very center, like if I had a chest on those platforms I just placed. The highest level you can get chests to function with the spacing that I've been using of the platforms, a chest, and then platforms and a chest, and platforms and a chest. But if you were to use a different spacing, that's what these green torches are for, is these are literally the highest you can get a chest to function. By placing a chest on this platform right here. Like if I put 1 marble platform in there and I keep others in my inventory, and I kill the enemies, and then go to this rope, and I center myself, and I hit quick sack to nearby chests, it does actually manage to reach. And there you go. So, yeah, this was the absolute highest I could get chests to actually still reach from any of these. From this point in the while holding onto the rope and centering yourself, which I believe is identical positioning to if you're on the rope centering yourself and you tap down. You're not on the rope anymore, so I guess you're very much more grounded, just in case that matters in some weird way. I don't know. But I have the same idea down here with green torches on the bottom, which also show the farthest down that you can put a chest and have it still function from the spot I showed above and have it still work. Yeah, these, just like before, these green torches are not aligned with the spacing that I was using, and so hence why they're green instead of yellow, just to demonstrate that they're different. The spacing for being able to reach that one chest at the very, very tippy top up there is, so you can see I'm standing on the height level that I would be at. It'd be 33 to get to the on the 33rd block above where I'm standing. You would get to the chest for right here, and then from there it is up to 3 more, so it'd be 36 from above the floor that you would be standing on to get to the platform height for the last chest, and 37 to get to the platform height for the highest possible chest for these green torches over here. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, you have, let me just, let's turn nighttime, which sucks. On the opposite end of the spectrum, you have going from this height right here, I guess spacings below, so you'd have 3, you'd have 1, 2, and then you'd have 33 plus 2, these two, 33, and then the 34th would be where you want to place your platforms for my spacing, and then the 35th would be where you want to place your platforms for the lowest possible height, because that's just one below. So those are the numbers that I gathered. I'm sure people have made stuff like this before with these circles of chests, figure out the exact distance of quicksack. I just felt the need to do it for my own spacing for the build that I plan on putting here. Yeah, this should be, I am using Calamity, Catalyst, and Infernum right now, but I don't think any of those mods change anything that would actually affect this. So just to be 100% clear though, if I go to all of my mods and show all mods, normal side, client side only, no. Show only enabled, there we go. So I have all the necessary mods that I just mentioned, all the main content ones, which is Infernum and Infernum Music, Calamity and Calamity Music, and Catalyst mod. In addition to that, I have Luminance and Subworld Library, which are required for Infernum, Boss Checklist, Vanilla Calamity mod music. Which mod is this from? That just puts a little text at the bottom of any modded item so you can see what mods it's from. HP Awareness, which is just a visual mod that tells me when I'm low health. Auto Trash, Begone Evil, this gets rid of the spreading of Crimson and Corruption. And Hollow, which is really nice. And Unlimited buff slots, music display, that's it. So I really don't think any of those mods should be affecting the distance of the quick stack to nearby chests, but just in case, there they are. That's all.